October the 13th, 2021. Guys, it is 10 minutes until 5. This is our 4:50 p.m. Eastern as I'm doing the video, and you're looking at live images from La Palma. It is now 10:49 p.m. there. Now, what we're looking at is kind of the main area of where the lava has been coming from, and you can see it with all the explosions and all the we're into day 25 now of all the time it's been building these walls with these lava bombs all the way around it. It's there, all the walls are high, and we're seeing the volcano a little calmer than it's been for this time of the night lately. Also, the amount of earthquakes for the last 3 days have been declining. Now, at the top of this, you can see, let me pause it just a minute. And because of this quietness, we hope that it gives the lava stream a break, guys. The lava has been incredible over the last few days, and the flows now have reached the sea in 2 places. Now they're spreading, instead of moving west down the slopes all the way, once they're getting to the bottom, they're being diverted by cooler lava and other obstacles, and they're now moving off to the left and right. And to the right would be north as we look at the images from different cameras. But again, this is live now at 4:53 p.m. Central, and you can see that you're getting some activity, but again, it's calmer. The earthquakes are calmer, and I want to show you some drone footage and other images of what the people downstream from this lava flow are having to deal with. Another 1,000 almost have been evacuated. It's covering more and more homes, more businesses, more banana plantations. Now, as we're speaking, you can see to the top left there that other vent is starting to become active. And I've seen as many as 4 here just a few days ago. It's kind of hard to focus or see them all when the camera's focused on one particular outlet. This is the strongest, and the lava runs to the left bottom corner out of this valley that it's created with all of this lava. Again, we're seeing changes. We're looking at it live. A little more explosive, but the last few days, if you've been watching it, some of these things were thousands of feet high. Now I want to go back to this afternoon before the sunset. You can see the center cone was a little more active, and you can see the lava coming down through that valley. Now, if you look at the smoke along the bottom of the picture, many of you have seen it before, but that is actually where the lava turns and heads down towards the different cities. And you can see there's a tremendous amount of road damage, 49 kilometers. You've got 1,458 buildings and houses that have been destroyed. And as we go later into the evening, you can see that about halfway down the mountain there where lava's starting to build up from the higher explosions. And that valley has to be very deep that you see coming down that mountain, because the amount of lava, guys, that has been pouring down through there has spread both north and south of the 2 central flows, and more houses are being lost, more villages, and more commercial buildings, supermarkets, part of the industrial complex there. And they are reporting now that it has been the most destructive volcano in the history of La Palma, simply because the population there and how many people were involved and how much damage was done to the crops, not only the bananas, but I think avocados and grapevines have been destroyed. But if you notice the top right, the earthquakes are down for the last 4 days, and it's really gotten lower here. Now, remember, I showed you back in September where there was about 7 days of very high earthquakes, and then it got quiet, and then this volcano erupted. So I'm not saying it's over yet, but the lava is getting unbelievable. Again, the most devastating volcano in their history. And I want to show you some drone footage before it got dark as you look at this before the end of the video. But the camera will back out, and you can see some of the areas. And if you look at the top up there, there's where we're getting that third leg that has not quite made it to the ocean yet. But that chart was from early today. The lava is now spreading further, which in this case would be towards this camera near the bottom, but it's spreading out. It's a tremendous amount of destruction, and it's sad for the people there. It takes so long to recover from a lava flow. The larger it is, the longer time it takes to do that. But as the camera backs out somewhat, you can see these flows are starting to spread out, and what's happening is I think it'll be flowing heavily, then it will cool somewhat, it will form small dams within itself, and then as it starts really flowing, it'll start overflowing that area and spreading out left and right. But again, as we get further down this, and keep an eye on that chart at the top, it kind of shows you where the lava areas are. And here, backing all the way out, guys, in the bottom section to the right of this, that it used to be to where you would be seeing a highway there, and cars coming down through there at night. But that is lava moving to the north now. The ocean is to the right, where the other two streams have made it, and this stream has almost made it to the ocean, but it has not quite done it. And here you can clearly see the back fountain was much hotter than the front fountain, but this is a very good look. It's kind of up on the mountain somewhat, looking down into that main crater, and you can see the lava flowing out. But in order for that much lava to be spreading that far down the mountain and over this area, these are excellent drone footage. Check this out. That has to be a tremendously deep valley to handle this much. Guys, and the drone's just kind of getting started. It looks like a river flooded, somewhere, a major river, except this is lava. And look in the black areas. This is where the lava has already started flowing in the early days of the eruption. Has somewhat cooled, but lava is working under that, and you can see where it's popping up in some cases, creating caves. But look how it's starting to spread to the left here, which is to the north, back to the right further. As we get closer to the ocean, more lava is spreading, and houses are being crushed and burned, and buildings and plantations. So if it had stopped within the first couple of weeks, you would have had that main flow. You would have had the damage that we saw. 400 or 500 homes, remember, had to be evacuated, and I think over 800 to 1,000 have been evacuated since yesterday. But it just continues to get wider and wider at the base. So think about that small stream coming out of that mountain, and look at the amount of hot lava. Here's where it's spreading. There's a house or business burning there in the bottom left. You see that explosion? Then it's spreading down. It's not to the sea yet, but it's taking a terrible toll on these folks here. The black stream you see in the center, and to the left at the very top, are the two that have made it to the ocean. And if you notice, right in the middle of those two top black lines is that cinder cone that we've looked at before. But guys, these islands are old, and La Palma it's old, but it's the second newest. El Hierro, I think is how you say it, is the newest of the islands. And maybe 10 years or so ago, we were doing videos where there was a submarine volcano coming up south of that island, south of Les Ratinga, I think it is, or La Ratinga. But it made it within, I think, 80 or 60 meters of the surface, and it will be, at one time, the next Canary Island, and then Spain's property will increase. As a matter of fact, as these lava flows flow out into the ocean, Spain's territory becomes greater and greater. And right now they're applying to, I guess, the EU, because of other submarine volcanoes in the area, or ones that are underwater, to extend their territory. But what's happening is this group of islands is over a crack in the mantle, the magma mantle, that's very low, and then it comes up into the different lava chambers, and then it moves. But this is part of the continent of Africa. Even though there's ocean between them, it's part of the same plate. And it's moving east towards Africa, or the entire plate is, at about the pace they say that your fingernails grow. And as these islands move over that area for these 20 million years that goes back, then they form. And so the very first islands that are closest to the coast of Africa are the oldest, and you can see they're wearing down and getting smaller. But La Palma is the second newest. Then you have El Hierro. It's amazing to see, and when you understand that this continent even though some of the islands have ocean, around them, separating from the main continent of Africa, all of that's moving over a liquid molten plate. Imagine if the world was truly consumed by fire, the cracks that could occur from large volcanoes, large earthquakes or other disasters, meteor impacts or something like that, which all have happened on this planet before. And this is a very small pinhole opening. But if you had actual plate damage on the edges, and there was a very large area of this magma that was allowed to escape and cover the land like this, it would be literally hell on earth. But guys, we're watching it. There's major problems tonight with travel all through the day up in the Rocky Mountains. People are stranded and the hotels are full. There's nowhere for them to go. They can't travel. It's all about this early cold winter. I know that we get snow in the Rockies, but we talked to our son in Phoenix this morning, and it was down, I think, into the 50s, and that's very cool for this time of the year, that far south into the desert. But we're paying attention to it. Not only that, guys, you're getting tornadoes warnings from Oklahoma all the way up further north because of a front ahead of all this hard freezes that are coming on. So if you're anywhere in the Midwest, from Texas, Oklahoma, north, then check your local weather radio. It's a heads up. Be safe.